I join you now, ladies and gentlemen, after witnessing what was genuinely the worst game of Pistons basketball that I've actually ever seen. And I've been watching Pistons basketball for far too long now. This was genuinely the worst one. And I can't even, that deserves a sound effect as well. I have to, because here's the thing. And before we get to the fight, right? Before we get to the fight, because I got so much mixed opinions about that. But just quickly, just about the game, the Pistons in what is a game that they should have lost, genuinely, they looked lost when it came down to clutch time. I keep saying it over and over and over again as a Pistons fan, as a supporter of the Pistons. Genuinely, this team is not even close to being a championship contending team. I know they're the first in the East. I know Cade Cunningham is a top 3 point guard in the NBA, but that's it. Tobias Harris has to bail them out here at the end of the game. He has to be their guy to bail them out. You want to know why? Because they don't look mentally checked out. Because their leader in Cade Cunningham is trash talking fans during what is the most crucial point in time in Pistons basketball. On top of that, Caris LeVert, if you see on the screen right now, is playing for the Pistons in clutch time. The Pistons almost a week ago now have signed Kevin Huerter and just recently waived Dario Saric for Jaden Ivey. Because why? I can't even answer that question. It's blank. My mind is blank. Kevin Huerter, we got everybody. The guy who doesn't even get minutes because he's genuinely trash. He's a guard whose only playstyle is he might hit a shot. He might hit a shot every now and then. He can't dribble. He can't drive. He's not fast. He can't play defense. Just genuinely a bad player in the NBA. He's awful. He's not a good player. Look at Charles Lee throwing a temper tantrum. And this fits exactly what we're going to transition into. Cade Cunningham had quite a lot of awful times too at the end. Dennis Jenkins was finally getting minutes after he just got signed to a standard 2-year contract. He had some bad plays, almost turned the ball over. It wasn't looking good for the Pistons in the clutch time of the Hornets game. But let's transition. But look, let's play this clip. This is the Pistons versus Hornets fight. And again, you're going to see a point that I have about why this game was so terrible to watch. Just as a supporter of this team, as a supporter of the Pistons club, just watching a game like this was genuinely awful to watch. It was. Because of, well, you'll see.
Fouling is not a problem for a good defensive team. And Duren is fouled, and oh my goodness. And Musa's upset. Musa's really upset. I have never seen Musa. Oh my goodness, now Miles and Duren and Beef Stew. This is out of control. Oh wow.
Look at Musa still
fouling is not a problem.
So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the fight, and of course there's different angles and stuff like that, which we're gonna get into. Now, first and foremost, before we actually get into the video, I have to hold Jalen Duren a little bit accountable. And I know just little old me, like, who are you to hold anybody accountable, bro? That's not what I mean by that. I'm saying he started this whole thing, you know. Anybody that knows, you don't have to be from the streets or anything to know. I'm not saying you have to be like a gangster or anything to know this. If you're a man in general, or if you're a woman, if you're a human being in general, and the situations are kind of tense, you never do this.
And it's already a physical game.
If you put your hand in another man's face, whether you're pointing and then you touch it and then you palm it and you shove. You never do that. That's all means. No wonder this dude crashed out so hard. You never do this. And then this whole thing escalated so quickly. Who's the main perpetuator? It's Jalen Duren. I have to call him out for this. This is lame. I'm going to be honest. From a point of view, I want you guys to all imagine you're Moussa Diabate, right? How would you feel if another grown man just puts his hands on you? Like, just shoves you. How are you going to feel? And then it's like, cool, whatever. Like, I'm all for it, you know, like the game is tough and stuff like that. I just find that behavior, I'm not a biased individual. I'm going to call it out from both sides, bro. Jalen Duren, you started that whole thing, and it's lame as hell for you to even be putting your hands on another player, especially in their face. You shouldn't have never done that in the first place. If you see any fight in the NBA, any altercation, any initiation of contact, or like, you know, players are fighting and stuff like that, they're always shoving each other on the chest or whatever it means. Bro, if you put your hands in another man's face, just shove them like that, that's damn near worse than punching him. Of course it's going to escalate, because now this dude wants to get his get back. And then this was the worst part. Who saw it? First of all, I love Stewart. I appreciate Stewart so much for doing this, because wrong or right, you got to have your brother's back. That's my belief. And that's why I love this team. That's why I started loving this team. That's why I began loving this team. Gritty, underdog mentality, that toughness that they have, that grit, everything I love about Detroit. It's not going to be easy playing the Pistons. And I love that the current Pistons are keeping that same attitude. Here's the thing. Miles Bridges gets involved, right? And Isaiah Stewart comes to back up his brother because Miles Bridges touched it. I love this from Stewart. Thank you, Stewart. And I love it so much because of who Stewart did it to. Miles Bridges deserves every piece of that. I wish he got worse. I wish he got worse. Man, I wish Miles Bridges got worse, bro. Oh my gosh, I love that it happened to a POS like Miles Bridges, bro. Dang, dude. That makes me feel so good, Isaiah Stewart, bro. I didn't love Stu enough. Now I love him even more, bro. Real talk. The fact that he even stood up to Miles Bridges like this, bro. Man, I wish this happened to every game, bro. I wish it happened to Jackson Hayes. I wish it happened to Kevin Porter Jr. every game. I wish they just get punched in the face every game. They can get the same treatment that they do to others. Again, I don't mess with anybody that's physically stronger, physically superior to another person. And you know, I don't mess with people that are into kids. I don't mess with people that abuse animals, dogs. I don't mess with people that abuse women. It's straight up like that, bro. I don't mess with anybody. You know you're physically stronger. You know you're physically superior to another innocent party, and you're gonna abuse that power that you have and break all types of trust and hurt another innocent victim. I have no sympathy towards anybody that does that, bro. Kevin Porter Jr., Jackson Hayes, Miles Bridges, I hope they get this treatment every game. But that doesn't even have to do with the Pistons. Here's Jalen Duren walking out with the Pistons jersey, repping Detroit. Here's the thing, though. Here's my problem. Look at Duncan Robinson. I want everybody to pay attention to Duncan Robinson. Walking away. He's walking away. Duncan Robinson, your brothers are at battle. Your brothers are literally at war right now. Your team. You're not even attempting to run there to break it up. He's walking away, literally and figuratively, with his back towards the team. He left his brothers out there to fight. Duncan Robinson, bro, this ain't it, bro. This is not it. I don't care if you think someone's in the wrong, someone's in the right. You go out there to help your brothers. Your brothers are at the highest point of conflict right now that you can get. This just shows no loyalty. I'm going to be honest. Actions speak louder than words. I don't care what he says for the rest of the year, for the rest of his career with the Detroit Pistons. I'll never trust anything that comes out of his mouth. He's not loyal to the logo. He's not loyal to the franchise, and his ass needs to go. Simple as that. He needs to go, bro. Actions speak louder than words. What's he doing? He has his back turned towards his team, his teammates, his brothers in the locker room that are fighting. Literally. He's not even going there to help. He's walking away. He sees what's going on to make it even worse. And he goes, oh. Walking away. Just staring. Not even attempting to help. You had LaMelo Ball. Look at LaMelo Ball in the background right here. He's being held back from trying to help his team. Cade Cunningham in the mix trying to break it up. Right here. Trying to help his brothers. Punches are flying and he just stands by, not doing anything to make matters even worse. That's the weakest thing I ever seen from you, Duncan Robinson. Pistons organization, you got to let him go. Cut him out.